Hey you guys, and welcome to the Lofi Network. Pisces Soul Tribe. I want to get into some general messages for you. And of course, anything you need from me can be found down below in the description box. Divine, can you tell me what is the most relevant message for Pisces at this time? Most insightful messages for Pisces at this time. Okay. Okay. So first we have coming out Universe, which is essentially the world in the standard tarot deck. Okay. All right. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the number 9 material harvest. So I do feel like what's happening now is you're coming into the end of a thing. I feel like a lot of us, if not everybody as a whole, no matter what you believe in or not, have all in some way received some sort of spiritual awakening. And we are coming out of the thicket of all of that. Because I mean, the ascension symptoms have been very vicious lately. And a lot of it has to do, with this major shift that we have coming in, with the world coming in. I feel like we are at the end of that. So if you feel like you've been experiencing ascension or elevation or lessons learned or karma or any of that, you most certainly could be experiencing that, but it's coming to an end. Divine, tell me about the universe here. Okay. So we have movement, choices, and decisions. And then we also have victory and success. So a lot of you all have passed a test with flying colors. I feel like a lot of you have been tried and put and have been put to the test. You really have. I feel like you are in some way about to receive recognition and reward. I feel that energy come in. I do feel like there will be a waiting period before this happens, but I feel like you're about to see a shift happen in the area of finances in your life, as well as just overall stability. Divine, tell me what else is here concerning this energy here. Yeah, and then we have another 6 directly after. So 66. So material and spiritual prosperity. And a lot of that is just literally tying into what I just said. I feel like not only are you going to have tangible evidence to show that you have really come out of something and you've elevated. So I feel like a lot of people are also going to experience or hear about how you've elevated and grown. I do feel like these are individuals that you are in no contact with, no matter what type of relationship it is, whether it's family, friends, lovers, all of the things. I do feel like people are about to get news of you coming out of something, but not only coming out of something, coming out on top. Divine, what else is here? So we have the devil. You resisted temptation, and I feel like overall you have released yourself from the bondage of possibly what we feel like is the norm for this world. So a lot of you all could be setting yourselves free from a standard 9 to 5 or 8 to 10 hour job. And once again, nothing wrong with working a regular job, of course. I feel like that's just the norm, but I feel like we're moving into a time period where people are beginning to give up the harsh and hard labor, wanting to work softer, wanting to not work as hard. And honestly, I feel like that's the way it was meant to be. I feel like you were meant to work at your own leisure if you wanted to. And I'm not even gonna get into all of that. But one thing I do know that this is all over. I'm also getting 666 with temptation being the devil 15, and rounding up to 6. So we have 666 here. So if you all have been seeing 666, that could be a confirmation for you that something is on the way. Divine, tell me more, please. And then we literally have 16. So 15, 16, chronological synchronicity. You could be taking steps in the right direction, but this is the tower moment. I feel like we are beginning to see the shift. I feel like what's being disrupted is the standard norms. And I feel like what's about to happen is there's about to be a new norm. I'm also hearing the word paradigm. So you could be going through a paradigm shift, but shifting in general is going to be very significant. Divine, tell me what else is here. This does not feel like a bad tower, though. This feels like something that's supposed to happen to make way for something here. And then we have rest and rejuvenate, that waiting period. I feel like there will possibly be a tower moment, but there's something about you after something is over and after something has changed, there will be a moment where you will be able to rest. And this most certainly feels like it's needed because I do feel like once things begin to pick up as far as this new reality and this new space, I do feel like you're going to you're going to need all the strength you could possibly get because I feel like momentum is about to pick up in a major way. Divine, what else is here? Okay. All right. So we have the light, which is the sun in the standard tarot deck. And then we also have positive movement forward. So once again, I feel like you all have experienced many different things, many different shifts. I feel like what's happening now is the moment where things are about to be made clear, about to be made known. With the sun showing itself here with the number 19 as light, I feel like what's about to be revealed to you is the fact that you have done the work. I feel like what's supposed to happen now is peace. I feel like you're going to have peace about what's happening now. You're going to have rejoice and celebration at the bottom of the deck. So something is going to be worth celebrating. This could be with other individuals, but I do feel like you are going to be celebrating yourself here as well, because I do feel like you are accomplishing many different things. I feel like you've experienced many different things in your life, and you could just almost tell that something is on the way, even if you can't see it. So if you've been feeling like your energy, is feeling like something is coming or you're on your way to something, that could possibly be another confirmation for you here as well. Divine, what else is here with positive movement forward? Okay, so we also have the moon with shadow. So I do feel like you have moved forward in a space where a lot of things that once were hidden are now revealed. I feel like things could possibly also even would have been a mystery for you, because I feel like there was no telling when something was going to happen, when something was going to change. But I do feel like in some way, even though you didn't see something coming or you didn't see something happening, you kept the faith, you kept it moving, you kept it trucking. I do feel like a lot of people will be in an energy of regret once you really truly do get to the space that you're supposed to be in. I see a lot of people being very salty. Divine, tell me about the shadow here as well with the moon 18. So we have spiritual union. Yeah. I feel like there's balance here. I feel like in one way, maybe you weren't aligned with your higher self. I feel a partnership with your higher self happening here right now. I see nothing about romance. I see nothing about being a partner with anyone else. This feels spiritual. This feels esoteric. I feel like you yourself are coming into union with your higher self, your spirit team, God, all of those things. I feel like that's the way you were supposed to be before you were supposed to get to some type of abundance or your blessings. Because I feel like Spirit was wondering, will you remain consistent? God knows this already, but you need to remain consistent for yourself, not for God, but for yourself, to show that you appreciate something. And it's also something here about having to do something to build finances. You possibly could have been doing something for free first or for some type of trade, but I do feel like now you are in a position where you know about something well, you know exactly what to do with it, you have a game plan, and you're going to put that game plan into execution. I feel like there was just a specific time that you were supposed to be waiting for with the for being rest and rejuvenation, building yourself back up, getting some rest after experiencing everything that you've been through, a moment to stop, pause, and reflect on the things that have been revealed to you so that you can move forward with the plans that you have executed. Divine, last few messages here. Okay. And we have stand your ground. Okay, so grounding yourself at this particular moment could be very significant with the heart chakra here as well. So I do feel like in this particular space, you in some way are about to see the desires of your heart. I feel like you've done the work. I feel like you could have just possibly just been in a waiting period, just floating, allowing life to happen around you, because I feel like we've gotten so used to always being on the go, always doing something, having some form of escapism that we've escape from that connection to our spirituality in that deeper way that we used to be connected. I feel a falling back to that because I feel like a lot is getting ready to fall away in this world, especially with particular systems and things like that. And if you all haven't been noticing, I feel like the earth in its own way is beginning to autocorrect. We've seen a lot of floods, we've seen a lot of rain, we've seen a lot of storms, we've seen snow in places we're not supposed to see snow, heat in places that don't normally get hot. The world is in complete disarray, and I feel like that is getting ready to happen because of the frequency. I believe it's something about Schumann's. I forget. I don't know. The other word is escaping me right now, but something about Schumann. Okay. At this particular moment in your life, you could possibly be experiencing some confusion. And I feel like for all of us, that is normal because all of us, we don't always know what's going on in our lives. We don't know what could possibly next, especially if you're in a space where you're in a spiritual awakening and you are in a place where you feel like you're waiting. Why not get some insight so that you won't be so bobble-headed? Check out our sponsor, Psychic Source, okay? Click the link down below in the description box. Use my unique code, JMarian, and you can get all the insight you need for only $19.80 up to 40 minutes. Like, won't even break the bank, and that's definitely plenty of insight and time for you to get all the clarity that you need. I've done it twice now, and sometimes I don't even know what to do with all of the time. If you're not satisfied, you can also get your money back, okay? So you win, period. You know, no muss, no fuss, okay? Those details down below in the description box. And now, on to your reading. Divine, what advice can you give Pisces at this time? Okay. With the Tower as well as the Knight of Pentacles showing up, remain diligent. Despite what's going on, despite what's happening, despite what you may not see, trust the process. I feel like definitely the Knight of Pentacles, trust the process. I feel like in this particular moment, you have nothing to worry about. I feel like you've been consistently and always doing the work. So this Tower experience for you will be nothing. I feel like it's more so a Tower moment of clarity, a Tower moment of clearing, because something no longer is balanced in your life and something has to fall off. I feel like that's exactly the way it's meant to be. And all of it may not fall off, but I feel like the parts that no longer resonate, the parts that no longer serve you are definitely falling off, shifting. Divine, tell me about the Tower as well as the Knight of Pentacles. So stay diligent, you know, trust that everything will be okay. As well as the Five of Wands. So I do feel like there will be conflict that will arise, but for some reason this conflict doesn't give me a negative energy. I feel like this is just challenges. This is a test. It feels, I'm seeing the word competition, but it doesn't feel like a competition. It just feels more like a test, you know, to see if you can make it to the end. Not challenging you in the way or doubting you in a sense, but it's more so about your diligence. Divine, tell me about the Five of Wands concerning this Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so Queen of Cups as well as the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like at this present moment you are experiencing a boost in your intuition. I feel like your intuition is skilled, and it also allows you to maneuver and get through things that you wouldn't even figure that you would be able to get through. I feel like you also have a hidden weapon, so it's also something here about your intuition being enhanced. I feel like a lot of you all are about to experience upgrades, shall we say, in your spiritual giftings, especially in the area of intuition and insight with the Seven of Pentacles. Divine, tell me about the Seven of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups, as well as the Three of Wands. I feel like you're about to be paid back, man. I feel like all the work that you have been doing with the Hangman, remaining consistent, remaining diligent with the Hangman, seeing things differently, allowing yourself to go through what you need to go through, not being resistant, surrendering, because like there's nothing you can do. Yeah, Divine, Three of Wands. And we have the Judgment, allowing your awakening to happen. At this moment, I don't feel like there's anything that anybody is resisting. I feel like we are sick and tired. and we're looking for many different changes in our lives, and I feel like we're allowing those shifts to happen. I feel like the divine is proud of a lot of you all, if all of you. I don't mean some of his favorite children. No, the divine is proud of all of you all, and I feel like when you do take steps in the right direction, of course the divine sees this, your spirit team sees this as well. I feel like you also don't walk alone, and I feel like you never have. Divine, tell me about the judgment here. And we have the lovers. Yeah. You can't tell me that you are not about to get ready to walk into blessings on top of blessings. I feel like you've learned a lot here, and I feel like you've made the wisest decisions and the wisest choices for you. I feel like over the past 3 months, you've gone through a lot of different changes, and in those changes, I do feel like there have been ascension symptoms. I feel like there have been greater awakenings. A lot of you all, once again, your spiritual gifts have been upgraded and enhanced. Some of you all are stepping into the area where this is new for you all, and you're new to this area. I do feel like you're about to see good things happen with the lovers, because I feel like unbeknownst to you, many people before you began to pave a way with the Ace of Wands. New beginnings for you here. Definitely new beginnings. Ace of Wands, divine. What is this the lovers bringing with the Ace of Wands, the decisions and choices that Pisces has made? Five of Pentacles, you're about to come out of the cold. I feel like you're about to come out of lack. What you've been without, I feel like you're most certainly getting ready to get. Because I feel like that's the energy that's on the way, the energy of without. Like you've been without, and it's with is coming. You're coming, with is on the way. Divine, Five of Pentacles. And we have the Devil showing up again. And then we have the Two of Cups. Yeah, I do feel like what's happening now is you're about to get tested. And I feel like what once had you in bondage or held you captive with the Seven of Cups, these illusions and many different things like that, I feel like these are things that you see very clearly. And I feel like this is only the beginning and start for you. I feel like you, once again, are about to have choices and decisions to make with this Seven of Cups. Choices and decisions to make. Are you going to stay in an illusion, or are you going to make the choice to come out of it? Because I do feel like even though you may not see what's in those cups, the magician always knows. I feel like you are creative in your own right. And I do feel like what's happening now is you could also be manipulating the energy. An alchemist. I do feel like you have the capability of using things. As sacral chakra could be significant. I do feel like sex magic is a thing, not to make it a negative. I do feel like that's something that could be a thing here as well. Random. But it's a thing with the Seven of Cups. The magician, lastly, divine. Okay. And lastly, for the magician, the magician, we have Temperance, which is alchemy, which is what we were just speaking of. I feel like you are getting ready to change the course of your life. And I feel like these are things that you have been experiencing for quite a while. You could have a Sagittarius rising, a Sagittarius rising could be significant. Only rising. No other signs. Sagittarius rising could be very significant. I do feel like you're coming into an area of your life where you are about to be on fire in the metaphoric way, not literal fire. You're about to be on fire. You're about to get the momentum going. You're about to be on the move. And I do feel like while you're on the move, while you're doing the work, the desires of your heart, what you've been praying for, what you've been asking for, what you've aligned with, what you've matched frequency and vibration with, you're getting ready to have that. Okay? Pisces Soul Tribe, that was your reading. Hopefully this message resonates with you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and you're able to take something from it that you can use. Of course, if there's anything you need from me, you can find those details down below in the description box. And that includes our sponsor, Psychic Source, because every now and then, a little insight goes a long way. Okay? Those details down below in the description box as well. And as always, my good people, remember to conquer this day, and see you in the network. Bye, guys.